What's up, guys? Jordan here from Show Me Vegas with the second installment in this series where I'm showing you the different areas in Las Vegas, showing you the sights and sounds, the places to stay, the things to do, and the pros and cons of each. In the first episode, we did the South Strip. In this episode 2, we're talking all about downtown Las Vegas. Alright, I have absolutely no idea what was up with all those bikes, but that was pretty cool. We're starting down here on Fremont East, the easternmost hotel downtown. This is the El Cortez. Let me go show you around. This is one of the most historic hotels here in Las Vegas. The El Cortez opened in 1941 and became so popular and so profitable so quickly that the mob got interested. A group of mobsters, including Meyer Lansky and Bugsy Siegel, bought this hotel in 1945. You can actually still rent some of the original 1941 rooms here. They're on the second floor right above the casino. I'll show you around really quickly, and then we've got to move on because there is a lot to show you here in downtown. The El Cortez has recently been experiencing a renaissance, so to speak, with tons of improvements to the property just this year. I will be staying there very soon, so if you want to see what it's like, don't forget to make sure you're subscribed and turn on your notifications. So in terms of hotels, El Cortez is kind of down here on an island on the east end of Fremont, but there is plenty to see before we get into the Fremont Street experience, so I'm going to show some of it to you right now. Fremont East is well known for its bars, lounges, clubs, restaurants. This is a really vibrant area at night, but right past that, Evil Pie, one of the two more famous pizza joints down here downtown. You'll see the other one later. Evil Pie is definitely not my favorite. I like Pizza Rock a lot more, but a lot of people swear by this. If you're looking for it, it's right here on Fremont East, just off the end of the Fremont Street experience. Pro tip, in downtown Las Vegas, don't disobey these crosswalk signs. I have seen people actually get hit out here before. Last time I was at this intersection, a car flew by that had to be going 75 miles an hour. It's dangerous. Just wait for the walk sign. I did say I would interject some pros and cons along the way, so let's go with the very first pro. Downtown Las Vegas is extremely walkable, at least the Fremont Street area, the area with all the hotels. We're going to walk this entire thing today in this video, and it's not even going to be all that tiring, not even close to what it's like on the Strip. So if you like to be in an area that's nice and compact, you can bounce from property to property, downtown is for you. Downtown also has a lot of affordable dining. You see here the Heart Attack Grill. And if you're over 350 pounds, you can eat for free in there. We've also got places like Dirt Dog over here. There's Denny's. Lots of cheap options here downtown. Before you get to the Fremont Street experience, you've got this. This is the Slotzilla Tower. This is a zip line that goes all the way down Fremont Street under the canopy. A super cool zip line. It's pretty expensive, but definitely a bucket list item that I think I want to try sometime. When you get to 4th Street and Fremont Street, you find the end of the Fremont Street experience. That's the giant canopy that stretches over the street. They built this a couple decades ago to revitalize downtown, closed it off to vehicle traffic, so it's foot traffic only. Creates an awesome experience known as the Fremont Street experience. Awesome to see this open. This is a brand new arcade called In the Game. This is a space that used to be, long ago, the El Portal Theater, a historic spot here in Vegas. More recently, this was that Indian arts and crafts store that nobody could ever figure out why it was there. In the game, it's actually really nice inside. Great place for kids, although I don't think Fremont Street is a place for kids at all, so kind of a catch-22. The easternmost hotel on the Fremont Street experience is the D, right back over here. I stayed here in October, made a video about it. I'll insert some footage now and give you a little bit of info about the D. The D first opened in 1980 as the Sundance Hotel and Casino, and it was affiliated with the mob. A forced sale had it renamed as Fitzgerald's for many years until it was sold to the Stevens brothers. And like all Stevens brothers properties, it's a fun place to hang out. If you want to see what it's like to stay at the D, check out this video right here, link in the description box below. On our way to the next stop, I want to tell you about this video's sponsor, that's JMC Transportation. If you've watched the channel long by now, you know JMC Transportation is our exclusive transportation provider in Las Vegas, and for good reason. If you're looking for a limousine for any occasion, whether it's an airport transfer or a special event, then look no further than George and his crew. They provide a level of professionalism and an experience that's second to none. To top it all off, I'm certain you won't find a better value in Las Vegas. Check them out at jmclimousine.com or check the description box below for a link and the phone number where they can be reached 24/7. You will not regret using JMC. Not sure what that was all about. Lots of bikes downtown today. All right, we've made it to the downtown Grand. This is just one block north of the Fremont Street experience on 3rd Street. They're not real keen on filming in here, but I'll try to give you a sneak peek. This is a sleeper property here downtown. Great deals to be had here at the downtown Grand. They've got super low blackjack minimums. That bar in the center offers a beer and a shot for $3.50. And this bar right over here in the corner, just inside the entrance, a beer and a hot dog for $3. This property is also for sale, so it might be changing hands soon. Rumor has it that sale could be to the owner of the Rolling Stone magazine, which could make for a really cool rebrand. This is another place I'm going to be staying soon, so you know what to do. Right across the street from the downtown Grand is that other pizza place I was talking about, Pizza Rock. This one is pretty much world famous, and I greatly prefer it over Evil Pie. At the end of the street right down there, you can probably just barely see it though, that's the Mob Museum. If you're interested in mob history whatsoever, it's not just Vegas mob history, it's the history of the entire mob in the United States. That's an awesome museum. The Fremont Street experience is well known for its live shows. This is early on a Sunday, so there's nothing going on here now, but this is the 3rd Street stage. There's also one at 1st Street and all the way down at the end at Main Street. Right across 3rd Street from the D is the Four Queens. If you're looking for a truly vintage Vegas experience, this is where you come. It's a little bit gritty, a little bit grimy. It's probably also the smokiest casino in Vegas. But if you like that old school charm, you're going to find it here. A gritty and grimy experience, maybe, but it is also known for a couple of restaurants for sure. Hugo's Cellar is downstairs. That is a cool, old-fashioned, old-school Vegas dining experience. And then upstairs is Magnolia's Veranda. I've eaten in there a couple of times. Decent diner food. Right down here on the end also is the Chicago Brewing Company. Right across from the Four Queens, you're going to find the Fremont Hotel and Casino. I'm going to film this inside because it is loud out there. I stayed here last night. This place opened back in 1956 and has some fascinating mob ties. It's recently undergone a $50 million+ renovation. It's actually pretty nice. At this moment, I'm not sure whether that Fremont Hotel and Casino video is going to come out before this one, so why don't you just subscribe and turn on that notification bell. In the meantime, I'll show you a little bit of B-roll and show you my favorite parts of this hotel. kind of funny, this place is somewhat famous for its Tony Romas. Yes, it's a chain restaurant, but yes, it also has a great steak and lobster special. People line up pretty far in advance for this one every day. It also has a great food court back here at the back of the property, opened in 2023, and also part of those renovations, a really nice looking sports book branded by FanDuel. All right, when I step back out of the Fremont, I'm going to be in a place on Fremont Street known as the Four Corners. It's the intersection of Fremont Street and Casino Center Boulevard. It's pretty much dead center on the Fremont Street experience, and it's going to be loud. There's a hotel on all four corners. I'll show them to you. I'll tell you about them, but I'm not going to be able to do it outside. Catty corner from the Fremont Hotel is this place, the Golden Nugget, the biggest hotel on Fremont Street and one of the nicest. I stayed here last October. I made a video about it. Of course, I'm going to drop a link in the description box down below. In that video, you can see what makes this place unique. It's a pretty good place to stay, probably my second favorite on Fremont. Directly across the street from the Golden Nugget is this place. This is Binion's, formerly known as Binion's Horseshoe. This place is super historic. It used to be the home of the World Series of Poker, the birthplace of the World Series of Poker, as a matter of fact. By 2025, I would say this is the second grittiest, second grimiest hotel on Fremont Street, but it definitely has that historic charm. Let me show you around, hit a couple of the highlights. So the main hotel tower here at Binion's closed down quite a few years ago for renovations that were never completed, primarily because of the cost of asbestos removal. What they have here now for a hotel is this. It's the Hotel Apache. It's the original low-rise structure. It's got historic charm, looks pretty Spartan. They also say that it's haunted. Pardon the background noise, but one of the best features of Binion's has got to be Whiskey Liquor Up. That's the rotating bar right up there. That is an awesome place to grab a burger, a bite to eat, and watch Fremont Street go by. All right, we've now made it to the newest, the biggest, and the best hotel in downtown Las Vegas. This is Circa Hotel and Casino. Let me show you around. This place is awesome. Circa is by far the Stevens Brothers' crowning achievement, and it is a fantastic hotel. Circa has a 2-story casino, and it is loud and energetic. It also has great dining, but it's world famous for 2 things, most notably the sports book, as well as Stadium Swim, a pool experience unlike anything else. Speaking of the sports book, let's go have a look. If you want to see in much more detail what Circa is all about, we stayed here last summer and made a video about it. I'm a pretty big fan of the video, if I do say so myself. I'll link it in the description box down below. For now, all this touring downtown, it's got me pretty hungry. And I have $100 free play and $60 food and beverage to use here at Circa. So I'm going to go grab a bite to eat, and then we'll continue on with the tour. Nothing like a little lunch with a view. Victory Burger for the win. I can't believe I've never had this before. This burger looks awesome, and I'm also not sure how I'm going to get my mouth around it. That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Oh yeah, also, the Vegas has complete IPA. Well, Victory Burger was fantastic. That burger was awesome. And it was on the house. My $100 in free play turned into, well, $50 cash, which is a pretty poor payback percentage, but hey, at least it's cash in hand. Circa owed me something after absolutely cleaning me out at the blackjack table last night. It was a slaughter. Hey, no love lost. I still love this property. Let's go finish this downtown tour. Right down here across from Circa is a place you need to be familiar with if you're staying downtown. ABC Stores, great place to go in, get some drinks, get some souvenirs, some snacks, and save a bundle. Also right across the street from Circa is the Golden Gate. You want to talk about history. This was the very first hotel in Las Vegas, opened in 1907. They still have the original rooms right above the corner. You can rent those. We got one that was not original, but it was the same size, and did a video on that a few years ago. Pretty cool experience. I love this casino floor. It's vintage without being dirty. It's a pretty cool place. I definitely recommend coming in here, if only to play. On the west end of the Fremont Street experience on Main Street, this is the Plaza, quickly becoming one of my favorite hotels downtown. They've made some awesome renovations to this. I stayed there last night. There is a video out on the channel about that stay, but let's run across and take a quick look. Of course, not all the hotels in this downtown zone are actually on Fremont Street. A couple of them are just to the north. Head up north on Main Street and you're going to find a couple of properties, one of which is probably the most unique in downtown Las Vegas. Welcome to Main Street Station. You want unique? Check this out. If you're familiar with the movie Casino, and I've probably seen it 30 times, the opening scene was filmed right here. Ace Rothstein, or Robert De Niro, walks right out these doors, gets in his Cadillac, and is immediately blown up. That's the opening scene of the movie. They filmed it right here. In real life, Frank Rosenthal was blown up in a parking lot much closer to his home in the Las Vegas Country Club. But for the movie, they filmed it right here. There's been more than one casino on this plot of land, but the Main Street Station opened in 1991, and the owner, Bob Snow, furnished it with his own Victorian antique collection. He later had to sell the hotel to Boyd Gaming, but they kept the Victorian theme, and we can all thank them for that. This is absolutely beautiful. Directly across Main Street from Main Street Station is the last property on our tour. It's the California. It's another Boyd Gaming property. It's connected to Main Street Station by this walkway across Main Street. In case you didn't know, the Cal actually caters heavily to a Hawaiian clientele. If you didn't know, Las Vegas is known in Hawaii as the ninth island because it's so popular with Hawaiian tourists. One cool thing they have here at the Cal is the Golden Arm Wall of Fame. What's a golden arm, you might ask? Well, in craps, it's a shooter who holds the dice for more than an hour. There's a list downstairs of people who have done it. The record, 3 hours, 6 minutes, 118 rolls. That was done by Stanley Fujitaki in 1989, playing right here at the Cal. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I know next to nothing about this property at all. This is actually the first time I've ever set foot in it. So at the end of a long tour, I'm just going to put the information up on the screen. Enjoy. Whew, there's your tour of downtown. Everywhere there is to stay, from El Cortez all the way to the Plaza and up to Main Street Station and the Cal. If you enjoyed this tour, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe to the channel and turn on that notification bell so you get notified anytime we release new content. Hey, I'm tired and sweaty, but I've got to be moving on to the next. I will see you in that next video because there's always more for us to show you on Show Me Vegas. Thanks for watching.